Namaskar, good morning, Ram Ram. Welcome to your own channel AC Astro. And today we are here with a weekly horoscope week starting from 24th of March up to 30th March. Why this week is very important due to lunar eclipse happening on 25th of March. How this will affect all 12 ascendants. Along with this week report, let's welcome Akash Chauhanji from Calgary, Canada.
Namaskar,
Namaskar, Ram
Rohitji.
Ram.
Namaskar, Ram Ram. Rohitji, we are discussing about the week 24th till 30th, and especially this is the week of lunar eclipse. Now, we made a complete video on lunar eclipse, but just give you a little bit of idea about it. So, 24th of March is when Moon will enter into Virgo, start attaining degrees. On 25th of March, the lunar eclipse happen around the area of your health, of your daily work and routine, and of your things related to do with debts and enemies. So during this time you will be very vulnerable in all these kind of areas, so be careful. Then later Mercury is going to enter into Aries. Finally Mercury in is ending its debilitation for a very short period and entering into Aries. Lot of good news in communication area can happen. Then enters into Moon enters into your seventh house, that is Libra. The fourth house lord, fourth from itself, just afflicted few one day ago, and now it is entered into little bit of sigh of relief. Moon is saying that I am okay now, there is no problem, let's start the business again. And here Moon will start giving you exact results according to the there are two results very good. Number one, relationship wise there will be a lot of positivity coming into your way. Property wise, if you're dealing in property or anything related to do with house and property, this is a good time for now again going ahead. Then later Moon enters into Scorpio 29th of March. Okay, and this Scorpio sign is where Moon becomes debilitated. So debilitated Moon here can create little bit of turmoil in those people who are going through Moon Dasha and Antar Dasha. Okay, relationship on the first hand improve. Now here there can be some kind of confusion also during the end of the week. This is overall what is going to happen. Depending on your dasha antar dasha, there can be more significant changes or effects that you may see very soon. The solar eclipse is also going to happen, where sun is going to be very close to Rahu and solar eclipse happens. So we have to be we have to be careful in all the expenses and all the health related areas for Aries ascendant people, because health is what it will affect for everyone. Okay, all the best. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for your personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. For Taurus ascendant people, here the eclipse is especially happening in your fifth house of love, romance, children. Moon is entering into Virgo 24th of March this week, and this entering into this sign means trouble in the areas related to children. Those who are trying to conceive, not to do anything right now. Those who are trying to get into fixing marriage or stuff like that, no, nothing should be done right now. Those who are thinking of applying for education somewhere, just avoid it during this. You can get disappointment, simple as that, because Moon is going to be completely afflicted. Okay, so your hard work will not come as seen because third house lord is afflicted. So careful in these areas. Do lot of Shiva Aradhana. Do Kleem Krishna Kleem, the mantra, very important for you. Then later Mercury is the lord of the, here the lord of the second house, the lord of the fifth house goes into the 12th house. Expenses related to family, expenses related to children, but in a positive way. Mercury has ended its affliction of being debilitated and entered into Aries sign for a very short period. Again, it's going to go retrograde in few days. So communication wise, good things. There can be some positive communication from a foreign country that you may be wanting to listen. Moon now enters into Libra. Moon is the lord of the third house, enter into the sixth house. So your hard work in your work area will be recognized. There will be a lot of good things. Your health will improve, and there will be chances of some kind of promotion or some kind of travel to a foreign country as well, because Moon is aspecting the 12th house here. So plans also, you can plans for long distance journey can be done during this time. Then Moon comes into your seventh house in Scorpio and gets debilitated here. Whenever Moon is debilitated, it is powerless. So here Moon will not be so powerful in the seventh house. Relationship wise, be careful. It was just in the eclipse area. Relationship wise, they're very, very delicate during this time. There can be some kind of miscommunication, misunderstanding that can happen. So take things as they come. Do not try to force things is what all the Taurus ascendant people should be doing. On a positive news, you yourself will be very, very confident because of the aspect of exalted aspect of moon on the first house. Very, very positive that aspect is. So your confidence level will be at the peak. Professionally, personally, you'll be doing very good. Only relationship wise, there will be a little bit of challenge that I can see.
So it can be easily said that this week Moon is not in very good position. It starts with the Ketu, and then suddenly for Taurus people, especially, then goes to sixth house, then go to seventh house, then become debilitated. So Moon is doing so much problem this week, I think.
Not problem, but this is a regular pattern of moon. It is not like something we are inherited through. If life is not full of problems, then how will life be fun?
How
So
we will improve? Yes, 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 yes.
it is about challenges and overcoming them and learning every time through them.
The only extra thing this week is lunar
Lunar
eclipse.
eclipse. Yeah, this is little bit affliction of moon. Okay, so no worries. Now, um, uh, there is a solar eclipse also happening next month, Rohit, on the 8th of April. For that, especially it is happening in your 11th house, house of your social connections, networking. So in this time, make sure be very careful in these areas because Rahu can play with your mind, illusion in your mind, on your social network, on your colleagues can be possible. Okay, so just be careful. All the best. There's a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. For Gemini ascendant people, Moon will enter into the fourth house, and this the eclipse is happening in the fourth house for you, related to your home matters, family, and emotional security. This is the time that in these areas of life, especially no dealing in real estate, no dealing in cars in the first 2 days. This is going to be a little bit challenge for you. Those who are in business area, Mercury is debilitated, so in business also not to make very big decisions. Real estate wise, buying business or home, nothing should be searched on this day. Everything should be laid to rest. Health of mother has to be taken in priority, as well as a relationship with family members or emotional relationship with family members can play a little bit crucial role during the first 2 days of this week because of the eclipse. But as the eclipse passes is what Mercury becomes very, very good. The Lagna Lord goes into the 11th house. That means a lot of gains are also seen here for you because Lagna Lord is now in a very, very good position of aspiration gains, and this is the time to just sit back and just make plans and bigger goals. That is what is required. Then Moon enters into very positive house, that is your fifth house of love, romance, happiness. Here you will receive a lot of love, romance, happiness from children, from your loved ones. Creativity wise, you will be at the peak. So awesome time. In fact, wealth wise also, this is one of the best time. You'll be very happy because the wealth lord, second house lord, has come into the fifth house, fourth from itself. That means it will restore some wealth also, or some good things in your life. If you're going through Moon Dasha and Antardasha, it's going to be more positive for you. As well as the if you're going through Moon Dasha and Antardasha, the eclipse will be more intense for you as well. Then Moon becomes debilitated here. Now debilitated Moon in the sixth house can create little bit of turbulence in the work area, or emotional detachment in the work area, or health wise, you might feel little bit depressed or weak. But on the other hand, if you are waiting to hear something from a foreign country, especially related to your visa, your employment, and and stuff like that, this is where Moon is showing lot of positivity because it puts an exalted aspect on the 12th house. Anything that has to be done for travel can be done during this time. But this is also the time of taking debts. Debts will increase during this time, end of the week. So maybe you are borrowing something from a friend or something like that, or maybe traveling for a long distance and you need sudden money. That is what also can be seen for all the Gemini ascendant people. In the longer way, if you see eclipse of solar eclipse is coming, so you have to be careful in the career area, not to make any hasty decisions, not to make till 14th of April. Just be quiet in the career area. Whatever other people are doing, be say, okay, no problem. You will have a lot of urge to leave the job, quit the job. No, nothing should be done. You should be completely focused on your on patience. That is the key, because Rahu can create a lot of trouble in that area. Okay, all the best Gemini ascendant people. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. Do go there, look there, and maybe we meet in the next video. And do subscribe. Cancer ascendant people. Now, for Cancer rising, when we talk about moon entering into Virgo, it is the third house where the eclipse is going to happen. Eclipse is happening in the third house of communication, siblings, neighbors, immediate neighborhoods, and personal interest and hobbies. In this time, there can be a little bit of challenge related to siblings. There can be a little bit conflict with them. There can also be a challenge that you can expect. And Rohiji, it is very, very prominent. I have seen many of the Cancer. My wife is Cancer ascendant, so I know it is related to neighbors, especially misunderstanding between neighbors. And there can also be challenges in the courage area, that you will be completely feeling demotivated or do not want to do anything. These kind of things can happen. But on a positive side, Mercury, the owner of the 12th house, is now come to the 10th house. That means there can be some kind of positive development in the area related to your career. There can be good communication in the career area. You can receive some very good communication, but for some people, sorry to say, there can also be losses of job depending on the dasha and the antardasha they are going through, because 12th house lord is in the 10th house. So there can also be communication of job loss. Some will get communication of job gain also. So two contradictory things will happen at the same time. Yeah, Rohitji, you want to say something?
Yes, I feel like that Cancer ascendant people are the most affected people during this time, because Lagan Lord first goes with Ketu, then suddenly debilitated also in this week, so it's difficult for them mind wise. They have to be strong very much.
Yeah, very, very strong they have to be. Then going on is when moon enters into Libra. Little bit of relief, Rohitji, because Lagna Lord in the fourth house restores little bit of mental and peace and happiness. In your inside you will feel very good. And this is the time of anything to do with real estate and cars, any kind of vehicles that you want to buy. You should go ahead and look for it. This is also the time that when moon is in the fourth house here, the Lagna Lord, fourth from itself. This is also the time of spending a lot of good time, quality time with your mother. You can, because you need nurturing during this time. Moon has been affected, right? That means your emotions have been affected because of the eclipse. So you need a lot of emotional balance with your mother during this period. If you have mother or mother like people, go and spend a little bit time with them. Then moon enters into the fifth house, becomes debilitated. Little bit of worry related to children or love life, or some kind of conflict in that area can be seen. But in the overall run, if you are trying to gain something, if you're trying to achieve something, if higher goals are what your requirements are, or if you want to network and socialize during this time, it is a positive time, because moon is putting an exalted aspect on the 11th house for you. So for Cancer ascendant people, this is a okay week, because you are going to be the most afflicted ones because of lunar eclipse. On the other hand, there is a solar eclipse that is coming and happening in your ninth house of destiny and higher learning. So during this time, you can also get into some kind of, bad company, because your higher learning is afflicted. So your higher learning can come through a very different or difficult or bad phase. So what you need to do is be very careful how to choose and what to choose. Okay, all the best, Cancer ascendant people. Make sure that stay calm, do lot of Shiva Vandana, Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Kleem Krishna Kleem. These are the mantras that you need to do during the eclipse, when the eclipse is happening, so that your soul can be protected. All the best. Moving on to Leo ascendant people. When we talk about Leo ascendant people, moon is entering into Virgo, into the second house of speech. This is the time, 24th of March, 25th of March, 26th of March. Put a seal on your lips. Don't speak anything. This is the house of speech. And especially with family members, don't try to argue, don't try to fight, because you're emotionally so weak that you will be able to take some wrong actions here. So I am also Leo ascendant. I'm going to be very quiet. I told Rohitji, no videos in eclipse. Done. We are very done. No video will make, because we can say something wrong also, because it is going to afflict me as well. So here we have to be very careful. Then Mercury enters into Aries. Okay, this is another good news, because the second house lord, the 11th house lord, has now come to the ninth house. So destiny wise, if there is some money that you're supposed to receive, you will receive some very immediate gains here. Very awesome gains here. So very very nice placement of second house lord in the ninth house or 11th house lord in the ninth house. You will get some immediate gains during this time. That means if you are expecting some money to come or some gains to come from 26th of March onwards till 2nd of April, you can expect some gains, because after that Mercury again becomes retrograde. I think 2nd or 4th it becomes retrograde, and then it comes into Pisces again in a debilitated state. Okay. Later, Moon will enter into Libra. Moon is entering into the third house. The 12th house lord in the third house means communication from a foreign country in a positive manner. So some kind of communication may come from a foreign country in a very positive manner, which will help you grow and evolve. And personal interest, what you have, you may now focus more on that area. Then Moon enters into Scorpio. That means it becomes debilitated in the fourth house. Here it means that those who are going through Moon Dasha, Antardasha, Mahadasha, here you have to be careful in the home area, not to do any kind of construction, not to do any kind of activities related to buying of property, selling of property, listing your property, stuff like that. Everything related to the fourth house. Also, this is a time you will feel a little bit of depressed kind of stuff, like maybe things will be showing very positive things but not working in your favor. This is where you will have little challenge, and for that we need to be very sure that how do we want to take this in the longer run, because there is your Lagna lord, like how Cancer is affected this time. Your Lagna lord is going to be going into an eclipse by April of 8th. So that means gradually sudden ups and downs will keep happening in your life because of sun being afflicted. So be careful, do your research very properly. Do a research 10 times before making any claim. Otherwise, you can have defame during this time. All the best. Overall, good week. In the beginning of the week, little bit eclipse. It's a very average week. Monetary wise, good week from a foreign country, but otherwise, little bit challenge. In the career area, you can grow. Yeah, Luigi.
One thing we can more say that the people who are going through Moon Mahadasha, Antardasha, or any kind of dasha during this period, they will be more affected because direct impact on them.
100% Luigi. They will be very affected during this time.
Hmm.
So, Om Namah Shivaya, Kleem
Om
Krishna,
Namah Shivaya.
Kleem.
Klim Krishna Klim.
Do
Two
this.
mantras will save. Yes.
And moving on, thank you so much. Appointments, everything is the link is below, and do subscribe. Virgo ascendant people. When we talk about Virgo, here is the Lagna where the eclipse is happening. That means it is happening on your brain, in your head, over you. Everything. Virgo ascendant people are the second most affected people after Cancer, because here Moon is also a positive planet. Looking at the 11th house Lord coming into the first house and getting afflicted means little bit of challenge in the areas related to gains, areas related to social life. There can be some kind of cloud or some kind of dark cloud misunderstandings in those areas. Okay, so be careful during this time not to make any major decisions or many health concerns. Anything that happens, run to the doctor. That is more required. Then the Lagna Lord, that is the Lord of the ascendant, and the Kendra enters into the 8th house in Aries sign. Not a very good placement in Dushtana. So here, communication wise, there can be sudden ups and downs because of the communication that you received during this week, or maybe from your work area, maybe from your there could be unpleasant news also coming to you, work ascendant people. So it is all the effect of eclipse. Okay, sorry for that. Later on, Moon enters into a good place now. Moon enters into the second house. Exactly, this is the time of some wealth. Suddenly, there is some positive days, in a week, where wealth, if you any wealth that is supposed to come to you, any wealth that you have accumulated, will come to you in a positive manner. So this is nice. Okay. Then Moon becomes debilitated in the third house. Now this wealth has come. Don't scream that wealth has come. Don't let other people know that wealth has come, because this communication house is where Moon will become debilitated, and here you have to be careful in the communication area of your life. Don't say anything rude or anything bad to any other person, or try to show off during this time. On the other hand, another positive thing that moon is going to do is put an exalted aspect on the ninth house. That means by in the area of dharma, spirituality, in the area of long distance travel for a shorter period of time, it is a very good news for all the Virgo ascendant people. If you are planning in any area related to this, you will get lot of good news, good work here. But there is an eclipse also happening later next year, next month, in the sign of Pisces, in your seventh house of your relationship. So gradually the relationship may turn little bit of toxic during this time. So make sure that, back of the mind, you have understood that it is just an effect of eclipse and it will pass. So don't take things very, very seriously. Just be patient during this time. For appointments, there is a link below, and those who are watching for the video for the first time, do subscribe. Moving on to Libra ascendant people. When we talk about Libra ascendant people, 12th house is where moon will enter on 24th of March and 25th of March. There will be an eclipse happening. It is a lunar eclipse, partial lunar eclipse, not a very full lunar eclipse. Little bit of 97% of moon will be covered. Little bit can be seen, but still this is the 12th house of losses, expenses, spiritual exploration. The Libra ascendant people have the most beautiful time during this time to explore spirituality, to explore divinity. They should be reciting Om Namah Shivaya and Kleem Krishna Kleem during this time, completely devoted, because that will give you a lot of very best results during this time. Also, 12th house is the house of introspection. You can become introvert, or you have to become introvert for these 2 days, because the more introvert or the introspective you are, the more positive this time will pass away. Then we talk about the seventh house is going to receive Mercury, Aries. Mercury enters into Aries here, the communication lord, and especially the lord of your destiny, the lord of the 12th house, comes into the seventh house. There can be some travel that can be planned for a long distance journey with your partner, or you must have completed a travel with your partner and you may be discussing about next future plans. Also, on the other side, here it will be a very, very emotional kind of a time with your partner. So be careful. Mercury in the sign of Mars is not very, very positive, because it is being aspected by Saturn as well. It is sitting with Jupiter, which is a natural enemy of Mercury. So it is not very positive, but still it is in Kendra, so it can give some very good results related to new deals and communications in new areas. Like, you are waiting for some kind of contract, some kind of new areas where you need to explore for partnerships. That is a positive sign for business. For all the business areas, Mercury has to be looked first, that how Mercury is and can we do business or no. So business wise, it is very good. Then moon enters into Libra, again a very positive sign of the 10th house lord in the 4th house. Here, career area, you will do something yourself with your own idea. You will be able to do very good in your career area during this week. And on the other hand, confidence wise, you'll be a little bit bright during this time, very confident as well. Then moon enters into Libra, into Scorpio, into the second house. It becomes debilitated here. Here, moon debilitated is not a very good way to look at it, because it can create a little bit dent in your pocket. There will be expenses for the family area during this time. There will be expenses because of the commitment that you made some time back, or there will be expenses related to investments. Investments should be avoided, by the way. But if you're investing in insurance, very good time for you, because moon is aspecting the 8th house of shared resources, insurances. So during this time, very good time to buy insurance. If you want to buy insurance, there are so many friends of us in Canada who are selling it. Tell me, I will tell you where to go. All the best later. So this is how the week looks for all the Libra ascendant people. There is a WhatsApp link in the description, and there is a for appointment as well as do subscribe. Another thing is that your sun Surya eclipse is happening in the 6th house, related to your daily work and routine as well as your health. So gradually your health can create little bit of hiccups. There can be some hiccups in the health area, so you need to be careful in the health area as well as in the work area. Make right decisions, because this is the time of little bit of challenge in the work area. Workplace politics can happen and you can be affected by it. All the best. Scorpio ascendant people, here what is happening? Where is the eclipse happening? The eclipse is happening in the 11th house of desires, of gains, of higher goals, of of big monetary gains. And eclipse happening here can create some misunderstanding between friends, between siblings, elder siblings. These are the major things that can happen during this time. Anyways, you are Scorpio ascendant people are getting a lot of detached this year from social life, but here whatever is left can also be afflicted. So not to make any major emotional comment on social medias or write something to some friend, like someone who's not talking to you, did not talk to you, just no hate messages and stuff like that, because it can create more trouble. Then Mercury enters into Aries. Mercury enters into Aries into the sixth house for you, making a Vipreet Raj Yog. That means all the trouble related to your debts or related to your enemies will now get solved, and you can get some kind of positive results in this area. Sitting with a very benefic planet Jupiter, but natural enemy of Mercury, can create difference of opinion, and there can be two ways of you to choose what should you do. So choose the right way. Very important. And later is when moon enters into the 12th house. The ninth house lord in the 12th house makes your dreams of going into a foreign land, makes your dreams of entering into any visa status is going to happen. There is going to be some positive news from a foreign country, from a long distance far country, that you may receive during this time. Even for higher education, if you are applied somewhere or something, you are awaiting on it, it is going to be a positive sign for all the Scorpio ascendant people. But later in your Lagna, 29th of March is when moon becomes debilitated. Here, very good time for relationships, but very bad time for judgment. Okay, don't be judgmental, because see, ninth house lord in the fourth house in debilitated state, that means you will be responsible for ruining your destiny here. Your destiny will work for you, but you will take decisions out of judgment or out of hearing some kind of false news from other people, which can ruin your relationships. Okay, business partnership wise, very good time. Also, if you see that a very soon eclipse of solar eclipse is approaching your fifth house of your children, of your creativity, of Mahalakshmi, of wealth, as well as of education. So what is need to be take careful, we have to be careful in these areas, because here is the affliction is getting a little bit intense day by day, and till the time it reaches peak, there can be a lot of ups and downs in these areas, as well as lot of things, sorrow related to children, no creativity and problem and trouble, and also career wise losses in career also can be seen because of 10th house lord being afflicted with Rahu. So be very patient. Don't make any hasty decisions. Don't quit your job during this time. Be very shant, patience, relax. It is temporary, it will go away. Okay. All the best, Scorpio ascendant people. There is a WhatsApp link in the description. Do go on there. And if you want to talk to me, you can talk to me. Or if you are new, subscribe. Sagittarius ascendant people. When we talk about Sagittarius here, 10th house is the most afflicted during the beginning of the week, because moon enters into Virgo, and that is where in Hasta Nakshatra there is going to be an eclipse that is going to happen. In the career area, you have to be extremely vigilant, careful. Status area, anything that you during this time, especially in the beginning of the week, you be exactly very quiet in your work area, in your career area. Be quiet, don't try to demand anything. Your lord of your kendra, another, that is Mercury, is also debilitated. So we don't want to say any communication in this area related to your work can create a little bit of challenge, because eclipse is happening in that house. So silence in career area, not to demand anything. Just be quiet. No conflicts, no aggression, no fighting, nothing at all. No mails, no WhatsApps, nothing, no messages. Be careful. If anyone says everything can wait, so you have to wait till the eclipse ends, and then you can think about it, because Mercury enters into Aries, into the fifth house of creativity. This is the time you will get ideas at what to do, what not. So let the affliction of moon end. Let Mercury come into the fifth house. Kendra lord in the fifth house, very good. 10th house lord in the fifth house, creativity. 7th house lord in the fifth house, love, affairs, everything is very positive in that area. So things will be good. But in the career area, still no action till 27th of April, when moon comes into Libra. And here it is very good, because moon comes here, and then you can now voice your opinion, demand, or achieve, or give them a goal plan, that I want to achieve this or not in my next instances. So this is what should be done. Then later moon becomes debilitated in the 12th house. This is the time that there may be a little bit of mental stress or mental trouble. 12th house is the house of your subconscious mind. So subconsciously you will be a little bit scared, or a little bit fear will come to you. And that fear will be related to your health, especially because moon is aspecting the sixth house of health in a debilitated manner. So health wise, if there is any alarm, just go immediately. But because moon is also making a Viprit Rajyog here, so it is going to be something, some false alarm that you will see. है ना? I got some of my client who told me that I got very major bump in my breast, the female side, and when I went and I checked it, it was just a normal tumor. They removed it. It was not cancer. But 2 days she was going crazy that, oh, it is cancer, this happened, that happened. So such kind of false alarms can come to your life. But alarm is an alarm. Go and get it checked. In the work area, in workplace, there will be some positive news also coming to Sagittarius ascendant people. There is a solar eclipse that is happening in the fourth house, so gradually it is going to be more intense. So no making decisions in buying property, buying any kind of vehicles should be avoided, and everything should be done after 14th of April, when sun becomes exalted in the fifth house. So hopefully you will listen to this advice. All the best. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time, do hit the subscribe button so that we can be a part of each other's life. Capricorn ascendant people. When we talk about Capricorn ascendant people, moon is entering into the ninth house of your destiny, higher education, learning, and your spirituality. This is the time when your spiritual beliefs can get a little bit of dent. In fact, there can be some wrong influence also in your life. There can also be things like someone guiding you in a wrong way. So this time, just listen to your heart and your conscious mind, not listen to anyone else, because you can be going into the wrong direction. On the other hand, Mercury enters into Aries. Okay, Mercury enters into the fourth house. Mercury here is the lord of the sixth house, and Mercury is the lord of the destiny, the Bhagyasthan. Also coming into the fourth house is a positive sign for doing some kind of improvement in the home area. Some kind of emotional improvement is also there in the home area. Jupiter here with Mercury, both aspecting the 10th house, means in the career area also good communication can be received. But moon enters into the 10th house here, which is very, very nice. The seventh house lord into the 10th house means happiness in work, happiness in any designation that you were supposed to receive, you will receive. On the other hand, because moon is here, growth in career can also be seen, and happiness in marital life is also seen, because it is sitting fourth from the seventh house. So it is a very, very good placement of moon here during this week. Then later, moon becomes debilitated in the 11th house. Bigger goals that you must have received from your work area. Everything was happy. Now they said, okay, now this is the new target. Will put you in little bit of challenge. You'll say, oh my God, everything I worked so hard now, and now it is beginning of April coming, and now all my targets have been reset into higher targets. That is where you will feel a little bit challenged. But this is also the time of gains of money, because moon is aspecting the fifth house. Because of your creative approach and your hard work that you have done in the past, you will get some kind of gains also during this time. So it's a positive week. Beginning is a little bit challenging, then it is positive, positive, positive. Here we can see that a very important solar eclipse is approaching your third house. Sun is taking a lot of degrees here, and it is getting close to Rahu. Communication wise, you have to be very extra vigilant during this time, because this is the house of communication. This is the house of siblings as well. So with siblings also, elder as well as younger, you have to maintain a harmonious relationship, or maybe patience, not to point out any mistakes, because this can create a little bit turmoil in this house. So be safe. That's what I would say. All the best. There is a personal link in the WhatsApp for appointments, and there is a subscribe button. Please hit that. Aquarius ascendant people. Now, Aquarius ascendant people, if we see, the eclipse is going to happen in the eighth house of transformation. Roji, very important house is the eighth house, because it is a very, this is a very transformative period for all the Aquarius. They are going through a lot. First of all, Lagna is occupied by Saturn. And Saturn will Mool Trikon planet, very good for them, but Mars is there, Venus is there. So lot of energies in the lagna. Then eighth house is completely into transformation. Second house of wealth is completely afflicted with Rahu and Sun. So lot of things going on in their life. They are the most affected people. Here, eighth house is transformation as well as some kind of negligence, accidents, suddenly some sudden events like loss of job, sudden events like some kind of wrong communication that goes out, some kind of court case that comes out. And during this time, in this areas of life, especially related to research, do your research absolutely 10 times before making any claim, because it can work against you. On the other hand, addiction, those who are into addiction, those who are drinking and all, during this eclipse, try to avoid it the much possible, because it can create a little bit of more challenge in your life. है ना? Then later Mercury enters into the third house of communication. This is the pakka house of communication, and it is entering here. So that means it will restore some kind of communication in a very positive way that is supposed to happen. Anything in the speech area which was going wrong all the time, now here communication will be taken care of, because Mercury is no longer debilitated. With Jupiter, they are enemies together, but still there will be two ways now to look at things, and look at the better way or look at the more ethical way. That is what I would suggest. Then later, Moon will enter, finally end the eclipse and enter into Libra. Here, Moon is going to be sixth house lord into the ninth house. Anything to do with law and order has to be taken care immediately. Anything to do with health of your father has to be taken care immediately. Anything that concerns in the workplace has to be taken very clearly. Sorry to say, because Moon is sitting fourth from the sixth house, there can be a little bit of challenges in the work area, especially because it is the sixth house lord. But on a positive note, because anything planet sitting fourth from itself will bring peace, restore peace. So your destiny will also be working for you, depending on your dasha and antardasha, to restore peace or restore trouble. You have to see it accordingly. And I'm saying this because of the next event, that Moon becomes debilitated in the 10th house, in the career area. See, sixth house lord getting debilitated into the 10th house is bad news, is not good news. It is the time of lot of weakness in the work area, and here there may be some kind of blame game, some kind of trouble, some you may be cornered somewhere, and things like that can take place. So be patient during this time, because your second house of speech, because fire speech, you will now react, and the second house is house of reaction, and because of eclipse taking up the power there, so till 14th of January, 14th of April, it is a troublesome time for everyone, not only you, everyone in this world. So what we need to do, be quiet. है ना? All the best. Aquarius ascendant people, let's embrace the good things, let be patient for the negative things. That is what we can say. There's a WhatsApp link in the description, and do subscribe so that we can be a part of each other's life. Comes Pisces ascendant. When we talk about Pisces ascendant, the seventh house is going to have a lunar eclipse. That means lot of emphasis is in your partnerships and in your relationship with your spouse, and anything related to do with your sexual organs, urinary tract infections and stuff like that. Everything is seen from the seventh house. Here, health wise, there can be a little bit of challenge. On the other hand, Moon here will give lot of emotional ups and downs in your marriage, in your relationship area. So what we need to do, we need to have this subconscious mind that it is just but 2 days, man, I have to be quiet. It is not only you, your partner is also getting afflicted from the same eclipse, so it is happening in some other area. That's why this kind of thing is happening, so you have to be quiet. Later, Mercury, the Kendra Lord, is going to the second house of wealth. So any wealth that you're expecting through selling of property, buying of property, any wealth that you're expecting through partnerships is going to come to you in a very positive fold. So see, positivity immediately came. And not only here, so Moon goes to the eighth house. Fifth house and eighth house are making a combination. That means partnership money is going to come. Anyone who's waiting for money that has to come through partnership will now see some positive digits in their bank account. So positive, very nice. See now good things are happening. Since Moon is in Dushtana in the eighth house, there can be a little bit of emotional ups and downs, but otherwise monetary benefit is there. Then comes Moon enters into your Scorpio, into the ninth house, and becomes debilitated here. Now, Moon rules the ninth from the ninth house. That means this is the time that emotional experience with father can be seen. Your siblings will support you the most because of the exalted aspect of moon on the third house, but emotional aspect like father, guru, or higher learning can be seen. This is the time I have seen people with Pisces ascendant, and if they have moon debilitated in the ninth house, such people can get very bad advice from some mentors, and that can ruin or put their life in complete trouble or mess. So this is the time not to take any advice from any mentor. In fact, just use your own brain, and try to read something. Third house is the house of reading, communication. Try to do your own research before making any decisions is required for Pisces ascendant people. And in the lagna, in the ascendant, a solar eclipse is supposed to be taking place. Sun is taking a lot of intense degrees. It is going up and up and up and up and up, and very close to Rahu is ready with its mouth open to swallow the sun. And this is where mind will be completely under affliction. You yourself will be completely demotivated, or de what to say, you will not have the right decision making power. So what you need to do is that during this time, major decisions of life should be avoided. Oh, I want to buy a property, I want to buy a house, I want to do this, I want to take debt, I want to give debt. Everything such in this area should be avoided by everyone at a larger scale. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. Thank you, Rohitji, for your help as well.
Thank you. So this week is, really the week to take precautions due to lunar eclipse also, and the movement of moon also. But don't worry, there are two mantra told by Akash Ji, Om Namah Shivaya and Kleem Krishna Kleem. Keep chanting, and the next week we will, making a very good video for all of you when Venus will be exalted, and then it will bring lots of happiness for all people. Thank you very much for sharing videos, for subscribing, for being a family member of AC Astro. And those who want to connect with Akashji personally on a video consultation, one on one, want to analyze chart, want to take any important decisions, they can just click on link given in the description box, or this is the WhatsApp number on the screen also. You can connect with this team, will give you time and date for the consultation. Thank you very much to all the family members of AC Astro. Thank you, Akashji, for your research work, also for your remedy, for your mantra. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Meet
Rohitji.
you next video. Till then, Jai Shri Ram.
Om
Jai
Shanti,
Hanuman.
Jai Mata Di.
Namaः Shivaya, Jai Mata Lakshmi.
Namaskar.